screen volume down.
Good morning. The screen volume?
Was volume happening out of the screen because I could hear it.
Weird.
I could hear it through the. I could hear it through the when
it
my
must be.
were not on.
Oh, it's probably a different pair of headphones.
Oh.
That's playing something. Good morning. Good morning. Hello.
Is there another headphone plugged in?
Yeah.
Where? Right there. Why?
Because we ran them all the way around the desk for when Nate was here once a week.
They just never got unplugged.
They never got unplugged.
It seems like a not great idea to leave them like that.
You're not
up on the floor.
You're not wrong. It's just how things have landed, though. Good morning. Good morning.
Right now.
Hello. What?
I said you could unplug them right now.
I can't because they're wrapped all around the desk.
Yeah, unplug them and pull them from behind the desk.
Yeah, I would rather talk now than that could be future Jeff's project. They're literally Velcroed around 3 anchor points.
Oh, that still just seems dangerous for the cords.
It's not ideal, that's for sure. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. Good morning. It's 8:48 a.m. Good morning, Dylan. Good morning, Mike. Good morning, Sam. Good morning, Mike. Squared. There's 2 mics in the chat. Hello. Good morning, guys. Welcome to Wednesday. It is currently -3 outside.
Well, that would explain why my throat hurts. Or maybe just the fact that I didn't fall asleep until 5 a.m.
Yeah, we watched... That's partially my fault. We watched Twin Peaks too late, but we were at the all the big Laura Palmer reveal stuff, and
I don't know why I thought watching it right before we go to sleep was a great idea, because then I just had recurring nightmares during the times that I did sleep, which was joyous and fun.
You had Twin Peaksian nightmares. Was there anyone dancing?
No, just trauma.
Just
lots of trauma.
Just lots of trauma nightmares.
But,
Um,
like, centric to the Twin Peaks
yeah, hot take. Twin Peaks
vibe.
is good. Like that show's pretty incredible. I don't know that we made it to like all like the big reveal stuff that very famously, um, the guy who has ruined everything at Disney now kind of ruined at the time, because it's like that, if anything, should come at the end of season 2, if not come ever. But he really pushed for it to happen in the middle of season 2, and that's kind of what made the show fall apart after that. But Bob Iger, who like weirdly has his fingers in a lot of pieces of culture, that we all grew up with. He's also very famously the guy who, it's either him or Eisner, who fired the guy who greenlit the Lost pilot and then sat back and collected all of those millions of dollars that rolled in from the guy who greenlit the Lost pilot. Sam says, what CEOs having their fingers in things? Who knew? Yeah, at that point, he was the Twin Peaks thing, though. He was just a TV executive. He got it on the air. Like, he's pretty integral in that in the first place. It's just set because it comes in as a mid-season replacement, and then it comes in accidentally as like a very modern TV show because they can only make 8 episodes the first season, which is what we do now. We do like 8 seasons of TV, but TV back then was very much like you do 20 some episodes and a lot of filler, and when they immediately brought it back, they're like, all right, do 20 some episodes. And oh, this is a hit now. And Bob Iger's like, you should change this. You should do this. You should do this. You should do this. And, yeah. Shiki says they should put their fingers in a bear trap. All the cool kids are doing it. Good morning, Shiki. But yeah, it was a night and an evening. Sam says, when Shiki and I watched Twin Peaks before bed, I would have stressful trying to solve murder mystery dreams. Was it that? Were you trying to solve, or it was just like all trauma related?
Just all trauma related.
Well, that's not as fun.
Nope.
But yeah, good morning, everyone. Mike said it's a good morning for coffee. It is. It is -3 outside here. If it was not a Wednesday, yesterday was easy to be like, we should just be closed because, it's a Tuesday. We don't really make money on Tuesdays. It's usually our big, hey, there's stuff here we need to do stuff with days, but that hasn't been the case since all the distributor nonsense has been happening. -3, that's nuts, yeah. But it's definitely it's Wednesday. Wednesdays are the days we make the money we need to eat and live. So we wrap up here. I'm gonna go ahead and into the shop and do the new comic day thing with my small smattering of new comics. There's still quite a bit on the wall, but it's definitely, we're missing out on those whoa, new comics this week, because everything's in this tangible, weird, well, I have the comics on the wall that were supposed to be on the wall last week, but are on the wall this week, and maybe you weren't in last. It's making a month of January, which is already kind of a tough retail month, so much harder. Mike says, I want to see the shop one day, like a live stream. I mean, if you look at Rad Raptor on Facebook, there is no shortage of 7 straight years of video content, largely from the shop. This stuff we used in the early days of Dork Duck were all from the shop because we had the studio in the shop. And then all the comic book live shows, the first couple of years of it, we didn't use this whole soundboard. We would just do like literally set a phone up and do them for the first several years of stuff. And yeah, there's no shortage of like, man, if you want, that was some of the worst stuff with like TikTok going down, but there was only some of it. And then TikTok came back, obviously. But like, if Facebook ever goes down, there is just so much video that doesn't super make sense to archive elsewhere. Like, I don't need weekly 3-hour live comic sales, but like maybe I will want, 5 minutes from one of them 30 years from now or something. So it's like, if those ever go away, that's going to be a bummer. But it's it's like what you what you can do. Also, speaking of Mike, Mike made us new emotes. They look like this. Bump, bump, bump. Yeah, so you guys can use those. They're cool. I especially like the Final Fantasy fighting one. It's pretty neat. Also, there's a first redeem in the rewards now. So y'all can fight over that. Sam said Sam had to add the permitted term fingers in, which I kind of love. But we don't just talk about cool new emotes obtaining first or fingers in things in the show. We also give you all the news you nerd in a whole segment we like to call the Daily Quack. All right. Okay, fix that. All right. The Toxic Avenger reboot will hit theaters 2025. I forgot to pop out my chat. It's always something that I forget to do. Boom. Boom. The Toxic Avenger is one of the pillars of 80s horror and remains a splatter classic to this day. That's why we are so excited when Macon Blair, of all people, signed on to write and direct a remake. This is, by the way, Kyle Anderson over at Nerdist. Starring Peter Dinklage, Elijah Wood, and Kevin Bacon. We first heard about the movie all the way back in 2018. It opened the 2023 Fantastic Fest in Austin, Texas, and subsequently played more genre festivals that year. We thought for sure it would release shortly thereafter, but that's not always how things will work. Luckily, according to Variety, The Toxic Avenger will see theaters this year. Dylan says, I am concerned and excited for this. Yeah, I'm hopeful. It's also like this being from Kyle Anderson at Nerdist, the weird ways that life bounces and everything else. It's like, I remember when Kyle got hired on at Nerdist. And it's funny, I'm probably just more reflective of this right now because like my buddy Will Harrison was like streaming on Twitch yesterday, and I don't know if like he has been and just I hadn't caught a stream before, or if it was like but I popped in and then we were just talking about like the 2005s and 2010s of writing and how like most of the places we've written don't really exist anymore. Although he, of course, eventually will get hired as the like games writer of the Toledo Blade and that's obviously still around, but he did that for like 10 years. But a lot of these spots didn't. And around that time, there was a lot of people I knew, myself included, that were trying to get these, at the time when we liked Chris Hardwick. And Chris was like, hey, we're going to expand what Nerdist is doing. And a bunch of us submitted things to be like, hey, what if we were this category writer? And I think Kyle got on as the movie writer at the time. And now he writes like almost everything Nerdist puts out. It's pretty, it's probably a good gig. I also worry for him because he writes almost everything Nerdist puts out. The original Toxic Avenger debuted in 1984 and put Lloyd Kaufman, Michael Hertz, and Troma on the map with its blend of irreverent, often puerile humor and over-the-top splatter gore. Troma has produced 3 sequels for the title as well. Of all things, the short-lived early 90s children's cartoon. There's another shot of Peter Dinklage in a domino mask and a tutu, which is pretty rad. The new film centers on Dinklage as Wystan Goose, a hopelessly unlucky janitor at a toxic waste facility. Though a series of unfortunate events get doused in chemicals and transforms into a hideous green mutant. Armed with a signature mop, the unlikely hero battles freaks, gangsters, and corrupt CEOs while trying to save his relationship with his son. Yeah. I'm pretty excited for this. Kyle says I got to see it in Beyond Fest in LA in 2023 and even talked to Macon Blair about it for Nerdist's Laser Focus podcast. It's a fun time and just a delightful, gross as you hope, and funny too. Yeah, I'm excited for this. Also, it'll mean if you're sitting on copies of Toxic Avenger that they're gonna become more expensive, which is good for comic book collecting. But also you should just read the comic because it's cool. You can stream Super Bowl LIX for free this year on Tubi. I know that's the Roman numeral. I have to try to... Wait, L is what, 50? 59? Are anybody else on the internet just making Super Bowl LIX jokes? It looks like this. Or LAX. Isn't LAX also like an airport? Other Sam says that a new mukbang thing, Super Bowl LIX. It's odd. Good news, you can stream Super Bowl LIX for free this year on Tubi. She says, Mom, are you done with the Super Bowl? I want to LIX it. This is from Stephen Vaughn Nichols over at ZDNet. Says most of us in the States can always watch Super Bowl LIX for free, 49 for free, 59 for free, LIX for free. If we have a local Fox station, now cord cutters can watch the game for free as well on the relatively obscure Tubi streaming service. I don't know that it's obscure anymore, bud. We're all poor out here. Sif said, I'm working ahead the stream at 1%. What the hell did I come back to? We're licking bowls. This is happening because Fox owns Tubi. This will be the first time the Super Bowl will be streamed at no cost alongside its traditional over-the-air antenna broadcast. Tubi is a low-end service without multiple screens or any DVR functionality. It will also only show the game on low-end 720p HD TV. Oh, it's only going to be in 720p. Okay. Super Bowl 59, Super Bowl LIX. Scheduled for February 9th, 2025, will be broadcast from the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. Tubi, although this article in this paragraph calls it Tubo. Yep. Tubo will show more than the big game starting at 3:30 fans can tune in to the Tubi red carpet at Super Bowl LIX, a special pregame show hosted by Olivia Culpo. I don't think of the Super Bowl as a red carpet kind of event. If you like that kind of thing, this segment will offer a unique glimpse into the celebrity fashion, cultural aspects surrounding America's premier sporting. Okay, that's really silly. There's Simpsons. I can't wait for the collab tuba. She says, "What? It's only 720p. I have to watch it like a peasant." Yeah, but also it's like there are other options. Like this just means people can watch it on their phones and shit if they want to. I don't know why they're like hitting the 720p thing so hard. Sam says, "I love that people throw 720p around like it's dirty and cheap. I've been streaming at 720p for years." Yeah. Sam said, "Is Tubi the one I like? If it is, they have a bunch of Redwall on there and a bunch of old cartoons." Cheeky says, "It's one of them." Yeah, I use Tubi and Peacock. Yeah, Tubi's great. Why is Fox doing this? It's all part of Fox's broader strategy to promote Tubi, which has seen remarkable growth since Fox acquired it in 2020. Yeah, because we're all poor and we don't want to spend. The other story I didn't cover today is Netflix is going through another price hike. Like, we don't want to spend money on this stuff. Tubi is great. It's where all this stuff is going to slowly move back to is watching ads again. Because that's just where people are at because we're poor. Sam says, looks at my Twitch stream set to 360p. Yeah, 720p, peasants. Other Sam says, guess I'm canceling Netflix. Sam says, Netflix has been fun. I guess we better finish Scooby-Doo. Yeah, it's going through another price hike. Yeah, I have a feeling Netflix is going away soon. Every time that we roll around to like, oh man, we're not watching Netflix at all. I should wrap up Netflix. Then it's something hit with 5 people. Inevitably, someone's like, but if you get rid of Netflix, you're going to get rid of blah blah blah. They're really, for some reason, they're really good. They hit the kids a lot better at Netflix than, like, I remember the complete wild spike in Canada shot tween sitcoms that happened in the 2000s and the 2010s. We were all there for it. It's how we got Selena Gomez and what's the name of that woman who dated Pete Davidson?
That woman who
and Mac Miller.
Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande. I couldn't think of her name. That yeah. I couldn't summon the noun. I'm sorry. That's how we got all them. But for whatever reason, even though Disney has its own arsenal of that stuff, Disney Plus does not do a very good job of, hey, tween and 14-year-old, you should check this out. And Netflix just murders that. And Netflix, I think, has some of the old Disney ones that like Disney Plus should be killing it with. And then also has a bunch of the old Nickelodeon ones. And it's pretty crazy because then my kids get very attached to Netflix. Other Sam said Netflix hits their kids. Sam says new show said it, so I guess so. Sam says no wonder they're going away. Dylan says I can't say finger inside, but you could say they hit their kids a lot better. Shiki says I feel that their cancellation rate of shows is so painfully high. If they would just be selective, they wouldn't be hemorrhaging money. And Shiki says, someone tell me what Holt said. I'm on mobile. I think it got allowed through. Shiki says about Netflix, if they would stop just making every single thing that pops up in front of them, they wouldn't need more money. I do feel like they've slowed down on that. Sam says, I'm here for owning physical media again. I'm done with streaming. That's where a lot of us have been for a while. And then we swung back into streaming again big for some reason. It all like, it's very similar to the eating out thing. We're probably due for a like, maybe on the other side of Yellow Jackets, because I don't know that we can survive Yellow Jackets coming out and us not having the ability to watch it. But probably post Yellow Jackets, we're probably due for a like, let's cancel all or most of these and then go back to watching discs and things like Tubi, because Tubi's free. Marvel Snap developer seeking a new publisher to avoid another U.S. ban. It's from Chris Kerr over at Game Developer. It says Marvel Snap is back online in the United States, but developer Second Dinner is searching for a new publisher to ensure the game remains available in the country. The title was briefly banned in the region due to its links with TikTok owner ByteDance. Marvel Snap is published by Newverse, which we all found out this weekend is a subsidiary of the Chinese company. Now, Second Dinner has confirmed that the title has returned, but explained it wants to avoid a repeat scenario. At present, that means ditching Newverse in favor of another publisher. We know this probably leaves you with even more questions than answers. We appreciate your patience, but in the meantime, enjoy playing Marvel Snap. At the time of writing, it appears players looking to download the title from digital storefronts such as the App Store are encountering issues. Second Dinner confirmed it's working on restoring the App Store ability, but noted it may take some time to remedy the situation. The studio added that in-app purchases also remain unavailable on some platforms, but explained web shop purchases are functional. Earlier this week, Second Dinner said it was working around the clock to bring Marvel Snap back online after what it called a surprise outage. A message shared with players indicated the game had been banned in the United States. The news came shortly after a U.S. law banning social media platform TikTok, also owned by ByteDance, came into effect. Yeah, it's because the law itself reads that anything that ByteDance owns, any subsidiary things, and they happen to also own this game, which even the developers didn't know until the game went down. Shiki says a Silent Hill game has been raided in South Korea. Which one? Is it R? Isn't that the next one down the pipe, Silent Hill R? I hope so. Or F? I just threw out a letter. I thought it was R. I think Selena's really excited for Silent Hill F. You saw the trailer for that one, right?
I did, yeah.
The like Japanese looking one.
I would be more present, but my throat hurts really bad, so it's hard to talk, and B, I was trying to get rid of Twitter off my phone, and then I did that, and then I was like, oh, I should probably update my link tree to things that I actually use now, so that's what I was doing.
Yeah. Oh, you made the move to delete Twitter. I always forget I have... Once in a while, I'll go in there and post that, like, hey, we're doing stuff.
Yeah, weirdly enough, I still got some engagement on Twitter, but I don't really care about having engagement on Twitter.
Yeah,
honestly.
you were talking about dropping Facebook, too, which...
Yeah. Well, then somebody, like, weirdly guilted me. They were like, if you leave and you're a good person, that means that bad people win. And I was like, I don't think me leaving Facebook means that bad people win, but okay. But I think they're saying if all the, like, cool people leave Facebook, then it means that all the assholes won. But I don't mind just leaving the assholes to be in their weird little asshole land.
It's weird, though, because they all left 4 years ago. And they're all coming back now. And then I'm watching this great exodus of lefties now. And I'm just like, this is this is a lot, guys. Like, what if we just like just continued to keep it on, and but like some of you are more on the front lines of those fights on Facebook than I am lucky in that it's like my Facebook is mostly comic books and or like seems to be like wildly lefty people that post things that I go like, yep, and then I scroll on. I don't really get in there in the comments and get into fighting with people.
I don't either, but that doesn't. It's just, I don't know. It's just exhausting. Like having a Facebook is exhausting.
Well, I think part of it too is like being a woman versus being a dude is like dudes feel, because we've seen it even with just like random dork duck stuff. We've like posted like, hey, here's Lita will post like just a picture of her like, hey, I'm streaming this, and like people be like, you look like this kind of like political person underneath it. They get a lot of that just because she has dyed hair and piercings.
Somebody said yesterday or the day before or something that I look like the kind of person that is advocating for litter boxes in schools.
Yep.
Because they told somebody they told me to touch grass for some reason, and I was like, I don't usually respond to stuff like that, but I thought it was hilarious to be like, blah, 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 whatever their name was, I don't remember. I was like, oh, hey, blah, blah, blah. It's like negative whatever degrees outside. It's like there's snow outside. It's the middle of winter. There's no grass to touch or something. And they got so upset. And I was just like, I just made a little joke. Like, the fuck? Why are you let me be whimsical, and you can just, I guess, be sad and weird, I guess. They just went from very like that, like, kind of, like, you know that this person's going to be argumentative, but it's like, you're like, well, maybe they'll just chill out. And then they, like, do the opposite, and you're like, oh, you're, like, that level of, like, crazy. Okay.
Yeah, they don't like you ever having the last word. And it's like, if you're funny, it hurts them twice because they get mad that you're funny. So, like, it's this very, like, it's better to just not engage. Because that's what they want.
I don't engage after I'm funny. I make a funny for myself, and then I laugh, and then I leave, and I don't look at it anymore.
Shiki says Silent Hill F, which I am so excited for. Other Sam said,
I'll be right back. I gotta go get the phone charger.
Yeah, go for it. Other Sam says, is that the one I sent you the trailer for, Shiki? Shiki said, I can't remember. There's that one, Townfall, and another one I'm excited about. Yeah, they went from there's no Silent Hill games to like actually there's like 3 of them. And then they were like also the remake. Sam says I'm lucky in that my Facebook is deleted. Dylan says I'm on Facebook still, but I've disabled all of my data harvesting so that they can't profit off of me. Other Sam says I went back to look for it and saw Twerky Pyramid. Okay. Dylan says, I've been told on Facebook that I look like someone who eats bananas for the shape. I'm sorry that was said to you, but that's objectively a funny insult. Also, that's mean and cruel, but also fun. Like, Jesus. The Facebook is a wild space. That's the thing. Like, I was laughing like crazy this week. It was like, what did he say to you? He's like, yeah, he said that I look like someone who's putting litter boxes in schools. It's like, okay. Jesus. People are fucking...
I just think that that's, like, hilarious that that's what they have to stoop to in order to try to insult me. Like, they can't think of anything better, so they're, like, the absolute bottom of the barrel scraping.
Yeah.
Which
that you put litter boxes in schools.
Yeah, which if you believe that people are doing that, you're actually insane.
Well, it's like they're so good at like pivot. So they're so good at messaging. They're so good at pivoting off of things. They're so good at everything. That's the problem. Is like Jon Stewart was talking a week or two ago about it, and it said that like he thinks part of the problem is like we're having another Nixon Kennedy moment, except we're the Nixon this time, and it's just like the right wingers like know how this new media, they seem to actually be more effective at it. But you look at this stuff this week, and it's like the actual debate about that grotesque hand symbol that went down, that salute, should be, is it something he was doing as a joke just to mock the opposition of like, haha, they're going to get mad about this? Or is it something he sincerely believes? And most of us would be like, it doesn't matter, you don't do it. But that's where like the debate is. And they're so good at like moving the line to, we're no longer having that debate and conversation. We're instead talking over here about, was that even what it was?
I've not moved from that. I know what it was.
We do, but I'm saying they've moved the debate there, where it's like anytime anyone
I'm not
posts
part of that debate, though, is what I'm saying. Like, if anybody's ever like, if I'm having, which I don't have conversations with these kinds of people anymore, like, it's not. Well, it's like if somebody like is genuinely like confused and like they're not. But sometimes those kind of people, they'll be like, "Oh, he did, like, are you sure he," like, they'll pretend to be confused and they'll pretend to act like they're just like in the middle and they don't subscribe to like I say subscribe. There's a different word I'm looking for where it's like where you're not quite left, you're not quite right. You're like they're just like
centrist or
yeah,
whatever.
and they're just like, "Oh, I don't know."
I'm just
like,
asking questions.
I'm just trying to educate myself, and it's like, no, you're poking holes in things on purpose, and you know that, and like you're doing it, and you're not poking holes in something like in anything else that, like you're very, I don't know. It's just I don't have the spoons or the ability to explain it right now because my throat hurts, but like that shit makes me so mad, and
oh, it's very frustrating.
I'm just so done after the last 2 days that I have like nothing to say anymore to these. I see somebody like fucking defending that and I will like block them. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like you don't, if you're defending that kind of behavior, you don't have a place in my life. I don't care.
But they have successfully kind of moved the conversation that direction. It's fucking insane. Sam redeemed the first thing and said, "Huh, that's new." Yes, I was talking about it earlier, but I don't think anyone heard me. Yeah, so that's there. You guys can fight over it.
Fight over what?
There's a first redeem.
What?
There's a first one here redeem.
Oh.
So it's like, other Sam says, "I heard you. I just hate the first stuff." Okay. I'm sorry I tried to give you fun and joy, other Sam. I'm sorry my games and whimsy don't bring you joy. And Sam says, yeah, not engaging is the best thing to do. Too many people I love are at risk. I don't have time for people's willful ignorance. Bigots can kick rocks. Agreed. Shiki said she sent me a funny. I'm going to go. Do. Okay. That's fine. Let's do this. Do this. Okay. This is breaking. Like being, are you fucking kidding me? And breaking Calamity Ganon becomes inaugurated and takes residence at the White House. It's funny, but it's the kind of funny that kind of hurts.
It's the ouchie funny.
Yeah. Other Sam says, try harder, Jeff. Dance for me. Okay, I can do the Twin Peaks dance. That's
kind of what you... Does he do the finger things?
I think so.
the man from the other side, I think is what he's literally listed as.
Yeah.
It was so funny because we were watching it. We were watching Twin Peaks, and it was like the episode where all that happens, and you're just like, buckle up. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? And then, oh, yes, indeed, I had to buckle up, and that buckle has not come off for the rest of the show.
Yeah.
It kind of is eased up a little bit, but then it's like, then it throws you into a false sense of like.
Well, it's kind of a normalish show up to that point. Like, there's some weird stuff here and there, but like you can write it all off of like, okay, this is parodying the late night soap operas at the time and stuff. Like, everything that's weird about that show up to that point kind of fits in that box of like, oh, and they keep watching the soap opera within the soap opera. That's them lampshading what they're doing, and they're just making fun of soap operas. Okay. Until that dream sequence. It's just like, nope, we are very off, because even earlier in that episode is when like the bottles thing happens, and that's like even like, well, this is a little weird, but okay, whatever.
The bottles.
Yeah, where they like say names and then throw rocks at bottles.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I forgot about that too.
Which is very like, one might say not great detective work.
Hey man, you don't knock Dale Cooper's detective.
Oh, Dale Cooper fucking rules. Sam says I liked it when it went off the rails, to be honest. Dylan says bigots can kick really big rocks really hard, like when Viggo Mortensen broke his toe by kicking the helmet during a take of Lord of the Rings. Exactly. Horizon MMO may have survived NC Soft's cull after all. This headline changed from when I grabbed the article last night that it was shut down. Please just shut it down. We don't need a Horizon Zero Dawn MMO.
Wow. Maybe that's what will save this planet, Jeff.
Is there Horizon Zero Dawn? This is from Sammy Barker at Push Square, who has an update. It may not have been canceled after all. I was going to read this whole article of it being canceled, but maybe it's not. But like, hey, listen, I understand.
I'm listening.
I understand that Horizon has never performed at the level that you all think it should, because it had it came out against Breath of the Wild, one of the totemic most important open world RPGs of all time, only to have its sequel come out against Elden Ring, one of the most totemic, most important open world RPGs of all time. It's just had very bad luck in releases. But the thing about Horizon is that it has two things going on with it. It kind of reminds me a lot of Assassin's Creed, where it's like the thing that made Assassin's Creed from a narrative perspective like wildly very interesting and cool wasn't the like, oh shit, we're old school assassins and look at the historicalness of this and everything else. It was the interplay between that and a future where people were hopping into a little tanning booth and somehow going back to, control their ancestors and get knowledge from it, and the ways those things interplayed and everything else. And the way that Horizon is really interesting is not like OMG robot dinosaurs and these like tribalistic people and all this stuff. It is the interplay of a society that is recognizable to ours, but is like 100 years in the future, and the decisions that society made and the technology they left behind interacting with this new world of tribalistic people and robot dinosaurs. And it'll be, I fucking love the Horizon games. Are incredible. It's the same writer as Fallout New Vegas. some of the best video game storytelling I've ever seen. But like the tribalistic people with robot dinosaurs thing, like that is the least interesting part of the narrative. And I'll be like, holy shit, awesome, Horizon comics. And I'll be so excited for Horizon comics to come out. And then the comics are all just like the tribalistic people with robot dinosaurs. And I'm just like, this is the least interesting part of this world. It's only interesting in conversation with like the end of the world stuff. That like that game, you feel like an honest to god archaeologist that's piecing together the end of humanity as we understand it through Aloy as she's like running around and discovering all these, you know, old world sites and stuff. It's yeah. And that's my rant on Horizon. The games are incredible. Shiki says I loved Horizon. My game broke and I never finished it though. Did you at least get to all the reveals, I hope? If not, you should go. If you have a PS4, you could, for the last couple of years, I don't know if it's still true, but you could walk into a Walmart and get a PS4 physical copy for like $20, and that's some of the best $20 you'll ever spend in your life. It's incredible. Sam says the first few episodes were hard for me. I'm guessing with Twin Peaks to watch the first time around because I thought it was actually just a small town cop show, which I would not vibe with. It is definitely not that. I mean, it is that, but it is not that. I think that was hard for Selena too, because I was like, this is a very you show. And I think at first she was like, is it though?
Yeah. I definitely like believed you. And like when we first started watching, it's just very vibey and I struggle a lot. I need to be like
anchored in.
Yeah, and I need to have like taken an Adderall or something before watching a vibey show, because otherwise I'm like, oh, I'm very comfortable right now, and then I'm like, and I'm disinterested, and now I'm on to something else. And
well, at this point too, it's been how many years since Dallas was on the air? Do you even know about the show Dallas?
No.
Or its ilk? So yeah, so like the soap opera parody end of it probably just does not work for you at all. I fucking love how much like I've been taking in so many Twin Peaks things lately, and now that we have TikTok back, that's like all my TikTok is. But the Japanese reaction to that show is insane. Like they are like day one locked in. This is the greatest show we've ever seen. Like you can find old news reports of just them like obsessively dressing up as the characters, doing everything. It's like very shortly. It's like while the first season is even like airing. It's crazy. Shiki said I didn't get all the plot points. No, there were some revelations of the mountain, but I think there's more I didn't see. Yeah, you need to play that game, and maybe don't stream it to preserve the stuff. It's one of my favorite video game stories ever. She says, yeah, I've been wanting to play it all over again. I have the game here, but the save file corrupted. Okay. It's worth starting over, and it's like the story's so good it's worth playing, just cranking it down to easy just to get through the story. She says, friends, can we talk about how other Sam streamed recently and will be streaming again soon? He did some Tomb Raider. Yeah, I was so excited, but then it was like he started streaming right as I was playing Final Fantasy, and I was like, well, I can't watch him then. But I considered it. But yeah.
Hi.
Go follow Sam.
Go. Do it.
Also
or
known
Waffles will fight you.
Also known as Samhain. They were last seen playing Tomb Raider 1, 2, 3 Remastered.
Hi.
Do it.
How are you?
probably doing better than the cat that ate all the treats.
Oh my god, yeah. Our cat Pancake, sister to Waffles, uh, was. I was in the bathroom, and I guess like while I was in the bathroom, Pancake hopped up on the counter, opened the lid to one of our treat jars, which is like a little mushroom jar.
Yeah, Selena moved the treats from like the container, which is like the plastic tub that is like very well sealed for cat shenanigans, and moved them to these very cute mushroom jars that are just ceramic where the mushroom heads come off.
Yeah.
And
Pancake took the lid off because she's smart and seen me do it. Took the lid off and then ate half the treat jar, huh?
yeah.
Yeah. Just ate half of the treats in the treat jar.
I was in the living room and I heard like dishes rumbling. I thought it was Selena, and I was like, why isn't she's like, we're watching a show and like she went to do something and it like sounds like she's like moving around out there. Why isn't she coming back to watch the show? Like, as I just kept hearing dishes rattling.
Yeah.
And then I finally was like, I'm going to go see what she's doing. And I went out expecting to find you. Instead, I found a cat neck deep into the mushroom thing.
Her whole head was just in it.
Just eating all the treats.
And then for the rest of the night, she just like laid on the floor with her belly out and just like didn't move. She's just like in a food coma. It was so funny. Yeah, I say my sister's silly. My sister's silly, huh? Yeah.
Sam says, back when I had good internet, I would have a friend stream up on my phone while I was streaming. Yeah, I used to lurk while I streamed too, but our internet is like, no. And it's me in a hot dog costume, looking grumpy.
Can you guys hear Waffles purring?
And probably crank the mic up. Yeah, now they can.
Where's the happy girl?
Yeah.
Yes. She's so little.
She's very tiny.
She always been little.
Simpson, I would just keep an earbud in, keep it low. That way I could support while doing my own thing. Yeah, I have definitely accidentally done that a number of times. Like the time that Cheeky raided us and like I came in with the raid and so it like doubled the raid somehow.
It scared me. I was like, why are there so many people? It's fine, but also I'm being perceived. I can only be perceived by 20 people at a time.
No, it's good. It's been good playing Resident Evil set. We'll be live tomorrow night doing more of that.
This is my apple juice. You can't have it.
Speaking of the Rad Raptor Facebook page, we'll be live on that tonight. Doing the live comic sale thing. So if you're into that, come hang out. It's helpful even if you're not into comic books because it helps the numbers. But we appreciate you all. Thank you so much for hanging out. I gotta go open up a comic book store in -3-degree temperature. So that'll be fun. I don't have to get gas because even though Selena's not going in today, she made sure on like Sunday that there's gas in the car because she's a better person than I deserve.
Thanks. I
try. Before we go, couple of things. One, YouTube, the Dork Duck Gaming YouTube page. I've been putting a lot of work into it. Please go check that out.
If you'd like. I'm just saying.
Oh, I thought that was the start of a sentence, not like an end of my sentence.
It was just like if you were into that.
Sam says no, do it. Or Sam will ban you. Dylan says bye, I'll have an awesome day.
Bye, friends. Stay warm.
Dylan, I will have a Wonder Woman for you, but please wait till it's not -3 out.
Oh my gosh. There was this one time we were at the comic store and this very little old couple came in. Sorry, when I was about to say be good, and it reminded me of the thing that happened. We're at the comic store and this little couple wandered in. They were looking for stuff for their grandkids, I think, or something. And then they didn't find anything, but they were still very nice. And the older man, when he left, he's like, all right, kids, be good. don't fight while we're gone or something like that.
Selena was like, do you know him? I was like, no, I do
It
not.
was so cute. I was like, what the heck, dude? It's just this very like grandpa thing to say.
Also, the Patreon. We're running a sale on it right now. No one has to ever give us money ever, for the record. Some people like to for some reason, and we really appreciate it. That's how we pay our bills. And patreon.com/dorkduck. It's $5 a month. We put some extra content on there and stuff when time allows. But it's one of the best ways to take care of us. And we're running a sale. You can get 20% off the first month, or if you want to do a yearly subscription, you can get 20% off that right now.
Rat meow.
So at least one person should take advantage of that sale, because it was a lot of work to set up. And it was like, hey, here we go, month of January, it's on sale. And nobody's, which is how that works. If I would have not,
in your Patreon.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm sorry.
No one needs to ever give us money. There is Hot Dog Jeff merch that is in the wild now, though, because which is silly. Sam says, what date is that set to? I think that one I could mostly figure out. Like, I figured out the month because there's a notification of when you were turned to a mod. And I went by that, and I guessed a date based on the stream it might have happened on. I couldn't tell you what that date is right now, but it's. I could tell you it was 9 months, 2 weeks, and 6 days ago, though. So that means it's probably a Monday. That would make sense. All right. Let's see who is on. Let's go Bug Pixel. Say hello to him. Hey, please be kind to our friends. We're going to head over that way. We have raid messages. They look like this. Or this. Depending on if you're using global emotes or the sub emotes. Come say hi. We love you all. Be honest, be kind, be useful. Live a good fucking life. We will see you tonight for Comic Book Live Show. Tomorrow for this show. And tomorrow night for Resident Evil streaming.
Yay.
Bye!